The Paediatric Intensive Care at the Children's Hospital Westmead looks after some of the sickest children in New South Wales. We look after children ranging from newborns up to 18 years of age, and they can be children who've come in post a motor vehicle accident or other form of accident, to children with life-threatening infections, to children who require intensive care post-cardiac surgery. The majority of our children leave the ICU well. I would say probably around 98% of the patients we look after have the ability to leave here well. Unfortunately, we can't help all children, but still that's a privilege to look after those children and give the best possible care. It's incredibly rewarding and it's incredibly humbling to be able to look after these children and their families in such a critical time. And it's amazing when children come back to visit us and families come back to show us how they are 6 months or 12 months down the track.
He's 4 years old, and just one night he got a temperature and started vomiting profusely, and by the morning we just noticed his breathing wasn't so good, so we called an ambulance. As the day progressed, he got worse. The doctors worked on him for about a good few hours before we even saw him. They weren't sure what was wrong with him. They were treating him for meningococcal, but they weren't sure. We didn't find out what he had for about 48 hours. He had strep A in his bloodstream, and it released a toxin in his body, and his organs started failing. But yeah, with each day he got better. They started treating him for what he had, and he improved little by little. No, I think it was day 5 or 6 that he woke up.
Paediatric intensive care is a humbling specialty and a privilege to work in, because we're let inside families' lives when their child is at their sickest. The team is a family. So we work in unsocial hours. We work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and we come together to deal with critical situations, and that gives us a bond similar to what you have in a family. We have a work family, and that's also partnering with our families of the children we're looking after, and that's a very special place to work.
Our kid being a healthy boy and coming in and then losing him in 12 hours from healthy to really not coming back. You can trust the people in
the best hands.
The best hands, because this boy was
not good.
In a normal healthy into a serious and dying to he's back here. So
he was definitely in the best possible hands.
Yeah.
Coco Grace has hypoplastic left heart, so put simply, like, the left side of her heart didn't develop properly. She had to have surgery. She breezed through the surgery.
9 hours. A 9-hour surgery at 3 days old.
Yeah.
So that 9 hours was probably the longest 9 hours of our lives. And then we went through the next 24 hours fine. But on the Saturday night, she had a cardiac arrest. And I'll never forget the phone call that Brad received. And he yelled out to me, "Coco's had a turn." Oh, God. That was just words that I'll never, ever forget. And just the run from where we were staying to come over to see her was really, really hard. So we nearly lost her. I remember Nick, who is the boss of the ICU, came into me, and Nick and I have always had a relationship where we banter back and forth. And he said, "I'm being serious, Jade." And I was in tears, and he said, "I have seen sick children like Coco, and they're now running around in playground." He said, "We can get Coco better." And from then I sort of breathed a sigh of relief, and I thought, Coco can get better.
The thing that makes the ICU team so special is that we work with families at their worst possible time in their lives, and we help as a team and with the families in a partnership to do the best we can to make their children better and to get them.
And words can't ever express how thankful we are to the doctors and the nurses for what they do. They're just amazing, amazing, amazing people. They have kept our little girl alive, and the care and the love that they give her is just unbelievable. We leave our baby in their care when we leave, knowing that she is cared for by these doctors and nurses that love her like
they're like
she's
family
their own.
now.
They are, absolutely.
People ask, how do you do it? You don't have any choice. Like, this is
what you do.
We didn't want this to happen, but it's happened, and we will get through it because of people like yourselves at the hospital and the teams that work here.